All right, so Skull and Bones is off to a really rocky start. Not gonna lie, I didn't really care about this game. Like, if I want to play a pirate game, I'd go play Sea of Thieves because I have it on Game Pass, and it's generally a lot of fun. Sure, it's not like big naval battles and stuff. That's the part that's kind of missing from it. But I just don't think this game hit the mark, especially given the fact that, yes, it is the same studio that made Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I still remember loving every minute of that game. My wife, funny, she's not into video games, but at the time she's like, yeah, I remember watching you play that game and you loved it. It was great. I'm like, yeah, it was a fantastic game. Well, same studio 11 years later makes this game, and articles like this say, Skull and Bones review, I paid $80 for this quadruple A made in Singapore game, so you don't have to, and I can't believe we had to wait 10 years for this. That's the general sentiment that most people are saying, that it's just a $200 million game that the government of Singapore actually gave a subsidy to Ubisoft Singapore, but it was on the condition that they actually had to produce a game. They had to have something come out like once a year or something. There's a certain stipulation on the money itself. So, long and short of it, this game that got kind of like delayed and postponed and morphed into different types of, they were originally thinking it was going to be, I think, like a Black Flag DLC, but like a different game entirely. I assume it would have been based roughly on the Assassin's Creed storyline. But again, it didn't end up being that way. It ended up being something entirely different, which is basically like World of Warships, but with pirate ships, which sounds cool. It could be fun. Like, honestly, that could be cool. But unfortunately, they just don't do a lot of things well. And what you're seeing now on Metacritic, yesterday when I wrote an article on this, they were at a 3.2 on 95 or 96 user ratings. Now we've got a 2.9 score from almost 300 user ratings, which is just unreal. And so this article I wrote up yesterday, basically, I'm just highlighting the things that people have noticed about it. It's just empty. It just doesn't seem like a $70 game. It's a live service game, so you have to play online. They have microtransactions, they have season passes, and they're charging $70 for certain editions of it, and calling it quadruple A. And so I think it was the guy, Yves, what's his face? Yves Guillemot, I don't speak French, was asked by one of the investors about the decision to make this a live service, microtransaction-ridden, season pass game with a $60 to $70 price tag. And his excuse was, well, you'll see that Skull and Bones is a fully fledged game. It's a very big game, and we feel that people will really see how vast and complete that game is. It's a really full quadruple A game that will deliver in the long run. So I don't know who in their right mind thought this game was going to be a quadruple A game. To be honest, it looks fun, looks fine. I imagine I get bored with it after about a couple hours. I don't know. It depends on how much content there really is. But unfortunately, they gave people a free beta test of this game to play it, and people were like, yeah, it's not for me. I just don't want to play it. And this is the other crap that we're seeing. This is the modernization of a studio that 11 years ago produced a character that looked like this. And now here we are 11 years later, and the character looks like this. And this is Anne Bonny, who I do believe this is based on a real-life pirate, who, again, Anne Bonny in the Assassin's Creed Black Flag game versus over here with Skull and Bones. If you can't see it, you're blind. Literally, the character has been defeminized, made more ethnic looking. Here she's Irish, which she was ethnically. Here she almost looks Asian, a little bit more tan skin, eye patch, more of a square jaw like a man. Absolutely no chest going on, barely any chest here. And this is just what we're seeing. And a lot of people pointed out days ago that how is it possible that a game that is 11 years old looks better than this current modern day $70 quadruple A game that we're being shoveled out by this company that is absolutely soulless at this point. So here's a video on Twitter that apparently the first half is animations, facial animations from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and the second half is from Skull and Bones. I want you to actually watch this and see the facial animations.
I'm not of the same mind, mate. But I won't begrudge you the state of yours. My retirement!
Proper pirate, I see. Oh, you need a keen eye for prizes.
Find your own way to St. Anne, chum sniffer. I don't owe you a sliver up your ass, especially when mine's on the line.
That second face, I don't know, that's the thing of nightmares right there. It doesn't even look human. The face isn't moving, the cheeks are stiff, the voice is out of sync. And it's 11 years after the game that they first showed you, the first 2 clips. I don't understand what they spent. This game cost $200 million. $200 million. And I don't know what they spent the money on, because apparently, according to Some Ordinary Gamers, apparently according to like Upper Echelon and a bunch of other YouTubers, this game is not that fun. It's scaling is a problem. At a certain point, you've upgraded enough stuff that the game becomes boring. There's no melee combat. There's no boarding other ships. You don't participate in any of that kind of stuff. The customization sucks, apparently, like the actual customization for your character. You have no backstory. And I've watched animation of them running around the water, and it's pathetic. Like, the water doesn't even move right. It doesn't splash around. Your character doesn't move in water properly. It's terrible. Like, I would rather just go play Sea of Thieves. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you've played this, I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts are on all this. I wanted to play the beta. I didn't get around to it, so I'm just going off of what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, and it doesn't look good. But take it easy, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. We do have 2 channels, one for daily uploads, the other one for more of my live streams and hot takes. Links to both are down below, as well as the ability to join as a channel member for as little as $3 a month, and that'll greatly help us out. Much appreciated. We also have links to our Etsy accounts down below, as well as our website. We also have Locals and Subscribestar. If you didn't want to support us on YouTube, you can support us through those. Thanks again for being here, and we will see you on the next one.